po soi fu manuela o fionga seu manu ia mane fo ia lewa a peu a makan kau malulu le kiki mer savili ne yaso so ia fa talo fa fo ile malu le tunu o fa fonga mai le ne ia fiafi ia malo lava soi fu manuia malo nga luela o fionga le seu man
ia malo le feo le feva a sei mai ia na faile le sala le a tau e feo le umionaru ia le foi ele yo mai la to te ba futa e wile ia o me mfinga faia e mele
sawa
ia le ma fai ona e sa no ma fa mala mantili ola ele wingo le me ta o le equity fa mol
ia ta o tele le fsili wa tele a ko le malu le tunu we FCC le mai pola ele wingo le me o le equity ia tusa o le equity o le vaenga o le fale ua one oe mo sona whaata inga o le value lo fale a whape o yeise mo kesi o le esenga o le value lo fale ma lau mo kesi lai o le bank po o le alawa se nei te o yeise second mortgage whatever amount o lai o lai whaonga ai le fale as security o le esenga la le value ma le amount ngai o ia o le vaenga na le fale ua one oe sona whaata inga a whape o le value lo fale miliona a o lau mo kesi lai o i le bank pe fitu se la wafe ia lona winga o le esenga o le miliona ma le fitu se la wafe e tolu se la wafe o le equity la lea o le fale lo ia mantua foi a whape tātou te o le bank e te tawana ia le lua se fulu pasene equity e tu o le bank. This is like if you're a first home buyer you need to have a 20% deposit o lona winga o le maximum e mawhai le bank nga lend mai ia tātou o le valu se fulu pasene o le value o le fale e te tau lava na tu le lua se fulu pasene equity in the bank pe yo se oni poinga le pe fa it's a security issue and it o yeise tu langa fale tonu it covers the bank as well as yourself.
Nele, o lona winga la ava pe o le luas fulu pasene a le ua umana na tongi vele le tolus fulu pasene emel. E fia la le mele mwhinga mai kai kua le kai mile mo mia i santa no ngatu.
Ia, a whapela wa umana na tongi ese le tolus fulu pasene e mantua foi a whapena iaila u lua se fulu pasene o le deposit o umanga pay down lo mo kesi wa o le ala wa limas fulu pasene le value lo fale le wa umana tongi. Yeah, it's e mawhai le banka consider mai le tolus fulu pasene e toi au mai. E whaongai o tau ai tu lava le luas 4% equity in the bank ai mantua fo'i le o value tato fale fluctuate lava depending po le ale mele le marketsi so just a generalization a whape o lai e lo total equity including po le ale mele o mana tsongi e limas 4% ia a tato le bank ia na le total 4% o le equity le avanoa e mawhai na whaatanga mai le bank ai tu lava le luas 4% e le bank.
Le ring malo fa tai fa be fe na na fa ngai na le equity foi le o le fia toi fa le ia lo te fale e pe fa wai fo ia sa te mai fale foi le wa fa mai le malo ma le council o le wa fa ngofi ai a u mai fo lava e mele e pe ia ele se me o sui ele te ngol tu la fo no le fo sio ko mai fale ia le temini
ya tawa te le fasili pe fa fe ona fa na paula vale awala e mawhai e tātou ona whaonga ina le equity lea i o le ave se tātou talasanga o se tātou application e toi top up le tātou mo kesi ia wafa o le mana o mia tātou le ia wape sometimes it's a bit confusing ia le whape ia isi malu le tunu i whape ka ikanga ngora ka lakwa mai le equity le ai paula vale le awala e mawhai e tātou ona whaonga o le toi ave le tātou talasanga le bank for a top up a whape o freehold e toi a mai se tātou tausanga ave awa le mana o mea tātou le va le tino tupe we actually need the cash ina ia au mai ave tutongi ai le ka muta or whatever le tūlanga le la iai so the only way we can use that is a top up application le ave le bank e toi au mai le tino tupe whaongai tātou.
Leli, malo va tai o ani si awala e mawhaiona whaonga ia la ta equity o lo ta whanele ua mai ona tongi emile.
Mana ia le fasili lea se manu ona o le tele o tātou mātua le o tu ala i le teimi nei. Ia pe ua lewa na lala I o lato mauta. Most of them, it's quite nice to see. Ua freehold o lato fale I ua lewa na ngā lulue ta mama tina. So o awala ia mawhaia na whao ngalo le equity o lo fale is a whapeo fia mana o e sosoani alo mawhanau e whaatau si fale. Se lato fale ia e mawhaia na obviously with legal advice o na iei fo ina I o na aia inga matutu unga te sau na tu uia tūlanga whapea. O le si tūlanga e mawhaia na whao ngā e whaatau isa investment property pe a whapea e tala whea ngai. Wa o isi o mātua e mana na o na a whapea to tolo lato walo they are looking at buying investment properties. O le alefi ngalo le tua ia tofu ta mai titi malana whale tu iai. So investment properties, ia o isi fwoi tūlanga e mawhaia na e te tilo pe o isi a inga leo FCC le taimine I mana e whaatau ni land I Samoa. Pe mana o fo ia bill se lato whale I Samoa, ia o mawhaia na ona whao ngā inga le equity o lo whale freehold. Ia whapea o iei se tūlanga whapea na o mana na o ai ia. O le si tūlanga fo ia mawhaia na whao ngā debt consolidation po tele ni ai tāla fo mawhaia na whao popo. Again, ele suitable umai I tūlanga. So this is why it's a ua tele le fasili. That's what I'm here for, as fasili wha malamalama pe tala whea ngai I tūlanga mo ainga ese ia. So e tele lava ona vaenga o debt consolidation, pe tūlanga leo wha leino lo mota, pe add another second dwelling. E tele lava ona tūlanga I mawhai ona whaonga ai the equity le whale le I seu manu.
Le link malo va tang a feolo ta fale o le fale motu wa umana tongi toia o reiti e tau tongi tongi ya ai o leta te mana o e faini renovations po le toi fale le o le fale le e mo bien toi faise pre-approval pe ngā le fai akusa o le fale kupe kana mai ale e koti o lo fale ngai ya o ko
ia ta o te le fo ile fasili li se manu ona pe le tata nanga mo mole na ia it's a saulava on aves tato application on e assess le bank pe tala fe ngai le tulanga nei pe o lava le tato tu pele mo mai o lava le tato income le mo mai e ma fai io na tongi le tato poleale vai nga tu pele fie fa nga so o le talipu po le sili io pe o freehold le tato fale e mana o mia lava on aves tato talo sanga pa o le si foi tūlanga, I'm finding a lot I le teimi nei ua olo I nei mātua, it's something ua fautua I nem whaion titilo iei is ua mana na o either sell off le lato whale le ai downsize, o ua mana na o te le whale ona o alo ma whanau I accommodate ai le ainga, and sometimes they are looking at adding e lato walo ma whanau te tono o le property le ua freehold, so e mana I lava ava no whapea e au ili umai po ani si tūlanga e mawhai na whai wa ia tasi e la walu le lo ia. Tasi fo ila walu le bank. Ia na se feile o le taimi a wale alua ngai duma.
Le lik malo fa tai ia ne tu I si vaenga tau o lo e fia fa popo mai fo ile le tanto polo kalam. E wa le ia le fala o tu fo ile ia o e mele ia o na fai ele o se taimi. E fa tūlanga tau te tala noa. Ia o te lo fo nei e mai la tu na fala o tu. Ia ele mo se fe au fo ile le tu antu lungo le telefoni pe.
Ia wa te se mano. Ia ta o yo le o le manatu li se manu ai lava se fasili e ma nei lava le malama e tele lava nei ai ngo vili mai o tūlanga le mfaina of sosoni ai pa dem faiona o directina pe e refer po nga Fale le tūlanga e mafaiona o ai mfaiona of sosoni ai so ai se me fie malama mai ia aua le matamule vili mai pe sa ol sa noanga se man ia vili mai matulau suafa malau telefoni e au ngale ma fai e ona return atu le tatou telefoni fa mole ai SFC li vile mai o le olu fitu valu tolu fitu valu fa valu o email I o le email.palamo@loanmarkets.co.nz ia manu ia tele ia malolonga le fiafi ma lau wa fionga li se manu
va te email ia va pena fo ia tal sile na ve sfo o le a fitau I lo o fio mai ia ma le fio mai foi o le fionga ia le a tau ia ma lana sala le o le a tu ia pe a tau mai e manu ia la singa to le nei via fi fa so fo ia
Ia, okay, whāsaifua.
Ia, so I fuma ia. But ia, o le whaletua ia e mele palamo e peo na whaafunga tia le tātu o turu. Le rinfo i vaenga o le fiafi, e fiafila ganga o le fua, whaatasi mai se tasi o tātu malo whaalonongia. E le rinfo i e fiafi na ngantala mawhilo inga malasunga ia Thomas. I le mātou wafo, mātou breakfast na sa whai. I le tausanga na se i mawai atu nei ia ke vai au. Le lopo le wafo i mai se uso mai o ia pani ni manuia le tausanga fawari Thomas. Ma lolo malanga manuia.
Thank you so much for having me on here. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, my brother.
It's been a while, Thomas. Did you end up going on your holiday?
Yeah, we plan to go to Japan, but vai atu whaasoa wale o Japan, so we ended up in Samoa instead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mai la Samoa ile whinga malolonga lau sunga malai.
Mga yasa bunda leva. So it's always good to be back home. It was nice to visit Inga and see everyone back home, so it's always good to go back home.
When was the last time you went back home to Samoa, Thomas?
It's been a few years back. I would say probably 3-4 years ago. The last time I went, I'm pretty sure. And it was good to go back in the beginning of this year.
Man, well, how did you find the weather over there?
Well, sa arkala vengar wale mahanil tino.
Waliva so e malang.
Wakil aircon, but it's always good. It's always good. Manga yasa mo leva. So it's always good to be back home.
Yeah, le nala. Yeah, le Thomas. O le tulanga e peone e ila wa nanga na mai ala wa nanga mai le datu sanga e uli mai le ia tau sanga fo. O pisi o to.
Yeah, for Taylor of Silly, we are very busy. We pretty much on Mako 2026 calendar is pretty much booked out to about October, November. Always keen to obviously help more people and help with any renovation needs they may need or any new builds, but we are pretty booked out. That's why Manga break in the beginning of the year, because this year is going to be a big one for us. So I look forward to seeing what we can do this year.
Le malo fa tai Thomas i tal si ia o le a maua sina vano fo i fai ngol tu sanga e fa i si le malo longa ko mi ia ko fo ia ka ko sa mala mo ili mo fa le o le ana mafu anga le no atu tangata I lau au nanga Thomas ai sia foi e filifili ai le malu le tu lau tua ai le o fa sala la wina lau au nanga.
If time for silly, that's a good question, Sir Manu. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's about 5 reasons why it's a no matata matu service, Sir Man. One of those reasons is it's our lofa brother.
Malu se fua Thomas ia saudo pe.
Sorry, I to swap the mayor, so I wanted to pause there for a second.
Yeah. Are you there, Thomas? Yeah. Yeah, Malu le on Sorry, faisi tuai mai ia leo will take over lo le also ya Silmanu. Ya wo fifio le wo ta fe lo ia awa o na ua mai atu fo le lato sanga sa fe ngai fo ima due to my favor ia be se fo ile malo longa le kivisi massima le tau sanga fo asa o fifia sa ia te mi sa ta fe lo ia ia so fa na o le fa na ia ai mo se fo yo lo auto nga lu pe ma le mai tai o Patrice va per foi le uso ya Romeo ia le fianga na mai lo tau sanga fo tena e malanga po fesa nga ia
lenga tano twice usually so we went to Samoa instead of Japan from our last conversation, so it was nice to visit obviously the homeland and to be back home. It was a nice reset for the year. So it's good to be back, and obviously Happy New Year to you guys as well.
Thank you very much.
be able to share and see if we can help more people this year.
Yeah, Malu lava whaatai. O lea la, ua toi amatalia ngā ruenga, Thomas?
Yeah, so we're back into the calendar. Our 2026 calendar is pretty full this year. We, like I mentioned before, to Seo Manu, we're booked up to about October this year in terms of our workload.
Yeah.
But we always have the capacity to take on more projects and to help more people in terms of renovations and obviously any new builds that they may require. So yeah, this year is a pretty good year for us so far.
Mana ia, Malu whaatai le tāua tele, ia le tūlanga lo whaawawai pēr, ia le ngā luenga. Ia awa fōi o tātou tangata. On your yearly calendar, do you have a few of our Pacific community or Samoans on your agenda?
Yeah, majority of the work that I do is for Pacific, especially mostly Samoan that I'm helping at the moment. Currently, all the work that we're doing right now, apart from the 3 big houses that we're building in Mangere, we're currently doing a lot of them as renovations and remodeling of the houses. And most of my work is obviously Pacifica. And that's always been my mission, and the vision that I have is to help our people in terms of the renovations in the renovation space.
Malo, whaatai. Ia, wa iei nisi fōlelo e mantua sa iei tangata sa wala waipo wheo o whaatiro i sau ngā ruenga e whianga i atu e mōli mawina ia mamata mata mamai mua fo i e whai mamau ia i lātou.
Yeah.
Were there any few of them that came around and sort of witnessed what was going on?
Yeah, a few. One of the families that came around that came to have a look at our projects, like the last time I said that I always invite people to come and have a look at the work, because the work speaks volume. Le dream and all the sales calls and stuff like that, but it's better you just come have a look at the work. That's the only way I can sort of help people, so they can have a clear understanding of the process that's involved, and also, you can see a tangible work in front of you. You know that the company. You don't want to go with someone who's not doing any work. That's a bit of a red flag or a problem if someone's not busy. And we're currently very, very much busy and we're booked up. But I always have time. So, and there's also been a lot of people that have rang as well that don't really have the funds right now, but just want to have a conversation on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's also okay, because share ideas and share information.
Ai le ngā tele nā, Thomas o le tāua tele o le whaongaina o le tātou ngangana, ai mai se mō nai o tātou tama. E ilo umai Samoa whapele tānia ma whina nui.
Yeah.
Ia pe o le tāua le nā o le whaongaina fo o le tātou ngangana e mawhai e ona so taimina i o tātou mātutua.
Yeah.
Wa o tilo, e o le tele o mātua ua retire malolo. O lo iai lava na ia lātou funds fo lele sa whapele ma posi pēr se i o lava i le teimi. E whaatino ai se mana ongo o le whaale lei o le whale po le whaatauina fo o se whale. E ai ia me o pemita ia ma whaatananga fo lele o pepa whaatanga o mea rai e whea ngai ma le council. Au le stau o tele o le au company ma lau ngarwena. E mawhai ona fisosani e apalai pemita whaatanga nei. Au le ala le e senga I upu I e lua o le resource consent ma le building consent.
Okay, so I'll keep it very simple, because it becomes very, very complicated. Le building consent and resource consent. So le building consent o le mea na whai so fale. It relates to the house. Anything to do with the house, you require building consent. So e mga miel pe mika whai ngō building consent, pa whai se changes I le fale, only to the house. Whai e te suia le whaongaina o le whanua. Anything you do different on the land or change the use of the land, then you require resource consent. So anything to do with the land, e mga meal resource consent. Anything to do with the house, e mga meal building consent. Those are the difference between the two consents.
Malo. Ta ua tele i le whaalongolongo bala o ngā ruenga la i a fōile move ai le soil.
Yeah.
Po le excavation, po le whata o troi na fōi o ni paipa, po o ni wire o mea umalavanda o lona winga. O le mea nai mana mi ai i le resource consent, mana i le whaalongolongo mai a le atunu. Ai mai se o le building consent has to do with the building and the house itself.
That is correct. So alu palai, and that's where telling nei tatu tangata they don't understand your fees of the overall process. Ele fawina falfo. I tell you, taimi eva ai lunga se ad lunga le Facebook, but se online, or you look on your website, they'll have just a number fali. And then you think, oi man, na yele taungo feel fawina fali. But in reality, ole taunga just for the product. Mole pusale la fai mo for this little box that you're going to build. And then everything else that's required after that is where you require consultants, resource consent, building consent, and all those fees that are not included in fawina fali. So resource consent, if I lo subdivision, I subdivide lo fangua, if I exceed low building coverage on your boundaries, that's where you require resource consent.
Malo pa taua i le whaafonga mai fo e lea tunu, e vili mai fōi. Ia le tamama le tina matu, a leo o loa tali atu e winga o upu ia.
Yeah.
Lelei, e ai ni tūlanga na tūlai mai. Po ni vaenga fōi lele, e te tau o le pili lea ua maua mai. E te tau o na whae e atu i lau customer po le tangata lea tanga due ai. Ia po o le pili fōi o le council, so sorry mai i le tūlanga le na o tupe to tongi lea taimi ma lea taimi i le pulenga whai tu malo.
Are you referring to your development contribution, Severe?
Yes, your development contribution and the cost to the council.
Okay. Anything you do ilo whanua, add some let's talk about the latest one, le granny flat, or the minor dwelling is what we call it now, that everyone is very excited about. Or the rules around the minor dwelling, you can build it without consent, but you still required to have a plan. Number one, you still required to have a plan. You still have to get the engineers involved or consultants testing on your section. So you still have to submit what we call a PIM to council as well. That's all part of the initial process. So you're not applying for a consent, but you still have to give the information to council, update a low property file. The new house on your property. When you put a new house on your property, though, they have a thing called development contribution, or DCs is the short for it. Or development contribution is anything to do with the load to the infrastructure. They require, you got more waste coming through, more stormwater coming through from your new house that's going into the public line. So to council, they determine it based. So I'll give you an example. We built a house over here. There's two. We've got one here in Mangere we've just finished, and one in Otara that we're currently starting. The one in Otara, the development contribution for that one, it's going to be between 22 to 25,000, because it's a 60 square meter minor dwelling in the property.
Right.
One we're doing in Mangere, that one there is about 40 square meters, and the development contribution for that was about $12,000 or $13,000. It determined by our council, Elako, how much that development contribution will be based on the size, and also the load into the infrastructure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Avapela or le wastewater Ia whapena fo I sewage o le winga.
Sewage,
A wai anu
yeah.
umalavala I le public access le I le vaenga lea. Ta ua I
Correct.
tele la le malama o le tangata.
Yes.
In a service they will provide the council. They get rid of all the rubbish and all the other sewage and waste.
Yeah, that's right.
Thomas, why is it important for customers to get pre-approved finance before they come to you or before looking to build or a renovation job on the building?
Entertainment facility. I think the answer is in the question itself. Why should you get pre-approved finance? Number one is because you got budget certainty. You know exactly how much you can get, you know how much you can spend, and that's all. So once you have your budget, you know exactly what you can do in terms of the design or or the scale or the renovation that you want to do. And I just want to say this. Building now in New Zealand is not cheap. Renovations is not cheap, and so is building a new house is not cheap either. But we can make it affordable. But we cannot make something affordable in terms of the design unless we know lo pakeki, unless we know those things. You have to say, I've got 120,000 or 150,000 to spend. From that 150,000, we take away council, we take away consultants, and then you're left with whatever's left over. That's your budget. And that's what we get to build with. So that's number one, budget certainty. Number two, you have smarter decision making, where you're able to design everything based on that number one, the budget. So all the design, the decision making you make, all comes back to the budget. Number two, you have a strong position in contracts. You're able to negotiate a little bit more, obviously, with your building companies to see what you want because of your pakeki that you've been approved. And then number four is to avoid delays and surprises. Because once you know what your budget is, you can fix it from the beginning with a good contractor or a good building company that knows what they're doing. And then you can just build from there onwards. So always have your budget and then build with the end in mind. You always know what it's going to look like at the end, and then you deconstruct from there to the beginning.
Olana winga le ala la le siri ai tele o na taua le anga a umona pre-approved anga I mai tau whelo ai. You sit down with your client and explain to your client exactly what they want. Matusi e fo ile ata ma mea uma whapena ia maamlama lau client, maamlama fo ile fautuanga loa vatu iai. Ole matuata ua tele ole ngā luenga Thomas o lo mwhai ona tau mwhai e wha maamlama i o tātou tangata. Ile whawhongwhonga bai le atunu. Ia, ole paanga tō tino masani lea ale tātou polkalame fo ole ngā ngai fo whaiva. I le tele o tau sanga ua mawai le sunga ya Thomas o ia o le ripule o le tātou company Builders Blueprint New Zealand. O le telefoni e te wala awang o le o lua tasi 554 tolu ona wha o le nai pipi ia tu lunga o le tātou screen. A maisa lava foi o tau ta mamtina matutua o leva na manatu e whaise ngā ruenga le lei pe wha fau pe wha o popo fo I seisi vaenga o le whale o lala mapapa awai o la au telefoni le nā. E lei seisi tangata e siri atu o na tāua a wā o le ngangana o lo wha o ngāina. Ia, ma o le fo I e sila mamai I a Samoa. I le alo le tunu, le sunga ya Thomas, olu o tasi, 554 tolu ona wha. Ona o le tātaimi Thomas, great to see you again, and I wish you the very best for all the endeavors of this year, 2026. Ia, saunoanga mulimuli e tā walunga I le tā porokalame le nei asu.
After Lava Severe, it's always a pleasure to share the air with you and to share some knowledge with you, and obviously to our listeners, Neri Tato Tamama Tina, Falongolongo Mai, Alum Whanau, Samoa, yeah, Faftai Lava, Mulava North Severe, and may God bless you, brother.
Faftai.
And always good to see you. Faftai Lava.
Ia, whasoifo ia, manuia ngā ruenga o 12 nei e fiafi, ai whelua I le vai aso fau, whasoifo ia.
As we